Hey everybody, NacroVMX here, and I'm with Coco. Delicious cocoa. Um, this video, I'm covering a couple of different things. Got a GameCube collection update. I got a weird theory that I came up with that I wanted to talk about, and also I have sort of a movie review. So let's talk about the GameCube collection update. I got 3 games here. 2 of them are new. One of them, it's kind of a long story, but I guess I'll explain it. So let's take a look. First up, this is the one that's kind of hard to explain. This is Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble, which, as you can see, I got for $4.99. Here's the back of it. If you guys are well aware that I actually already kind of have this. If you've been following the GameCube collection updates from the beginning, you know what's going on with Beautiful Joe. I bought Beautiful Joe 2 when I first started actively collecting. Yeah, this is the latest thing GameStop does. They don't even put the disc in for you, so I'll do that now. There's the disc, which is, I would say, in pristine condition. Okay. And Red Hot Rumble was in the box that said Beautiful Joe 2, and I went back and I got Beautiful Joe 2, but I also kept the Red Hot Rumble thing, but I didn't have a case for it. Now I got, the whole thing, so I actually have 2 copies. I'll probably, when I do, an eBay run of all my doubles, I'll stick the as a bonus, Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble without the case. This is Summoner Goddess Reborn, which I also paid only $4.99 for. Seems like some sort of RPG. Let's take a look. So you can see, it's got the inserts and everything. Here's the disc. And as you can see, this one's also pristine. Very nice. And finally, I got Digimon Rumble Arena 2, which I paid $19.99 for, so $20. This is actually a pretty rare GameCube game. It's not like one of the rarest, but definitely is a rare GameCube game, so when I saw it, I had to pick it up. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the inserts, so that's kind of sucky, but here's the disc. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. And this one's a little dirty, but no biggie, right? No harm, no harm, no foul, as they say. Movie review. I went to the movies today. I wanted to see Avatar, the new James Cameron flick, but I got to the theater at 3:30, and I found out that Avatar just started at 3:20. And I know I probably only missed trailers, but I didn't want to rush in there. And the next playing wasn't until 7:55, which was oh my god, can't you show it in more than one theater? So I went and I saw Sherlock Holmes instead, and I gotta say, I really liked it. So I definitely gotta recommend the movie Sherlock Holmes. You're probably familiar with the character. Sherlock Holmes has appeared in more movies than any other character in the history of film. The only character who comes close to appearing in the most amount of movies is Dracula, who comes in second after Sherlock Holmes. Robert Downey Jr. plays him, and he's just box office gold at this point, and you could tell that, he's a really great actor. He went through some rough times, and he really came back. Speaking of which, this is the trailer for Iron Man 2. I still haven't seen the first one because I really don't dig the Iron Man character, but I do like Robert Downey Jr., so eventually I'll have to just bite the bullet and see Iron Man, because everybody tells me how great it is. Jude Law plays Dr. Watson. He did a great job. And Rebecca something or other. What's her name? Oh shit, I forget her name. Or maybe it was Melissa. I forget the girl's name already. Played the girl that Sherlock Holmes, the criminal girl. I can't even remember her name. My mind's a little right now. Great plot. I love the villain. The guy, Lord Blackthorne. The guy who played him is going to be Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie, and after seeing this, I can definitely see him as Sinestro. It's absolutely a great casting choice. It looks like the Green Lantern movie is certainly on the right track. They definitely set up for a sequel because they had this character sort of in the background, and they never showed his face, and you could tell it was supposed to be Professor Moriarty, and at the end they come out and say that, and definitely Holmes will probably face off against him in a sequel, if they make a sequel, which I really hope they do. Unfortunately, the movie opened around the same time as Avatar, so it was never number one. and I really don't know how well it's doing in the box office, but it deserves to do well because it was a good film. There was something else about it I want to mention about Sherlock Holmes, but I just it's flown through my mind. So, yeah. So like, if I was to give it a score out of 10, I would give it like 8 out of 10. It was a good movie, good solid movie, very entertaining, great acting, good sets, some nice special effects, and what I mentioned is you get the feeling that like. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the show House MD, and he's sort of loosely based on Sherlock Holmes himself, as Dr. Wilson is also loosely based on Dr. Watson. And, of course, that's a doctor show, but they use the same sort of techniques of deductive reasoning that Holmes was famous for. Of course, Holmes was actually based on a real person who was a doctor. So that's kind of interesting. Arthur Conan Doyle based, his literary detective on a real doctor, and then Fox Network based their television doctor on literary detective who was based on a doctor. And if you never seen anything with Sherlock Holmes before, or you've never read any of the books, he's basically Dr. House if he was a detective. And if you're a fan of House, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, I could have seen Hugh Laurie doing it, and you'll definitely see the similarities in not only the way they think, but in their characters. So, if you've just never seen a Sherlock Holmes thing, and if you're not sure, but you're a fan of House, definitely would recommend the new Sherlock Holmes movie. Lastly, I wanted to talk about. I was playing Guitar Hero recently. I always play Guitar Hero, and I came up with this sort of insane theory. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. This is the only Guitar Hero game that I've never beaten on the hard difficulty mode, because there's that last challenge where you gotta duel against the devil with the song Devil Went Down to Georgia, and I always lose. And it seems that it's more luck than anything, and I just get pissed off and I stop. And I basically, since it's not, you don't have to play the full song, you just have to beat him. It's not like a real last boss song anyway, and luckily they haven't done that since. So in a lot of ways, it's kind of like almost my least favorite, even though I do enjoy it a lot. But the last boss song in this is the song One by Metallica. Now, here's an interesting thing. Not too long after comes Guitar Hero Metallica. And it's interesting. Metallica had not been in Guitar Hero 1 or 2, even though they seemed like a natural choice. And Activision had been saying that they really wanted them in there, and there they show up. Not only do they show up in Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, but they show up as like the last boss song, and then they get their own game. Okay, so where am I going with this? Yeah, you'll see. Now here's the next game in the series, Guitar Hero World Tour, which is basically Guitar Hero 4. They call it World Tour because that's the theme of it. They should have called it Guitar Hero 4 World Tour. I don't know. Anyway, this has several different modes. There's a band mode, a guitar mode, a bass mode, a singing mode, and a drum mode. And of course, the songs are different. Some songs are difficult for one instrument, but not so difficult for others. Like, for example, if you're playing through the vocal campaign, the last song is Beat It by Michael Jackson. But since this is Guitar Hero, and most people who bought it were buying it just as the next Guitar Hero game, and not everybody went whole hog and got the the drums and everything. And some people got it and played drums using their Rock Band kits, but a lot of people are just playing the guitar. And me at first, that's what I was just playing. And the last boss song in this is Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Huh. There's Guitar Hero Van Halen. Okay, so where am I going with this? Here's Guitar Hero 5. Now, each of these has a last boss song. Like Guitar Hero 3, like I said, it's one, but then you have to do something else. Then you have to play the Devil Went Down to Georgia with the devil. And then World Tour, it's Van Halen, but then through the credits you play Dream Theater, and then it unlocks a whole nother set, and the last song there is Joe Satriani. But for all intents and purposes, I consider the last boss song to be the one that you play that beats the game. This one notwithstanding, because you don't really play a song, you play a guitar battle. Though Guitar Hero 5, last boss song in guitar mode, The Spirit of Radio by Rush. They haven't announced any band-centric games recently. not since Van Halen came out. They've been talking about Guitar Hero 6 and Band Hero 2 and DJ Hero 2, but is it possible that there might be a Guitar Hero Rush? How fucking awesome would that be? I'm a big Rush fan. So that's my kind of insane theory. Let me know if you think that I'm onto something, or if I'm thinking way too much into it, which I probably am. But it's just something that just kind of crossed through my mind, and once it crossed through my mind, I couldn't really get it out of my mind. So that being said, tell me what you think. Would you play a Guitar Hero Rush? I most certainly as hell would get the first copy out. Anyway, that's enough in this video. NacroVMX, out. I did press the button, right?